Hello everyone. In this video we're going to work on creating the works cited list for paper number 3, our food paper. This video might have a second video depending on how long it takes because we have to have a minimum of 5 sources for our paper. Alright, so this is just the formatting guidelines that you've seen with paper 1 and 2. It's the same, all of the same directions, and then below I have listed your minimums as well as your formatting guidelines as well. So for an article and for a YouTube video. Alright, so we want to get started by opening up a new Word document. We're going to change our font type to Times New Roman. Font size is going to be 12, and then make sure you double space it. Alright, the beginning at the top, centered, you're going to have your title, Works Cited, and then you're going to go and left align. Alright, and now we're going to work on our citations. Now remember, citations have to go in order, alphabetical order, but we're just going to go through as they're listed up on Cobra first, and then we will go through and alphabetize them as we go through. Alright, so first we're going to look at our first source, Jim Gaffigan's book. Okay, so here's the information. I've written it out here for you that we'll need. So let's go back here. We're going to minimize. Alright, so we always start with last name, first name, period of author. So here we're going to have Gaffigan, Jim, period. Okay, book title, it's going to go in italics. So it's going to be Food, a love story. Oops. Alright. And then we've got our city, New York. Oops. Publisher, archetype. And then here we will, oops, make sure you unitalicize. And then our year is 2014, but then we're not going to put our period like we did with a Born a Crime. We're going to put in our page number. So pp dot space 9 to 26. Because we're not using the whole book like we did with Born a Crime. We're just using those specific page numbers. Okay, that's all we used. So that's what we're going to include there. Now we don't need to worry about hanging and indenting the citation because it didn't go past one line. All right. So then our next source, I believe, let's see, where is it? So this was the Michael Pollan video on YouTube. Okay. So again, we're going to follow. Oh, what happened to my... that's what happened to it. We're going to follow our YouTube citation. So here we have a situation where RSA is the one who brought in Michael Pollan to do this speech. Okay, so remember, if the person who created the video and the person who uploaded are the same, you're not going to start with the name of the creator. You're going to start with the title. Okay. Alrighty. So here, oops, our title is, and it does go after Gaffigan, so we're good alphabetical wise. So titles always go in quotes. How cooking can change your life dash Michael Pollan, period, quotes, and then we're going to put YouTube unitalicized, and then uploaded by, we're going to put RS, oh, you'll have to forgive me. I've got a trigger finger that's not happy at the moment. Alright, so we've got our video title, YouTube, uploaded by, then we're going to do the date and then the URL. Okay, so here's the date. So our date, remember, it's day for September, abbreviated 2013, comma, and then we're going to get that URL. So you copy, and we're going to paste it in. Okay, we're going to put a period and then enter. Okay, now we need to right click on that URL and we're going to remove hyperlink. Make sure that the font type is the same, Times New Roman, and it is. Okay, now we have to hang. So we're going to highlight and go to hanging. And there we are. We are all set. All right, so that's two of our sources that we needed. Okay, the next one, you're either going to use the Times article or the Daily Mail. Okay, it's either one of those that you'll use. And the Daily Mail has some ads that just really get in the way, don't they? So we'll do Time first. And so here is our title, our staff, that's the person, group of people who created it, our updated date. All right, so I'm gonna go back here. There we go. All right, so this is going to start with time staff. So we're still alphabetically okay. So we're gonna do time. There we go, staff period. And then we've got the title in quotes, Hungry Planet, oops, what the world eats, period, quote. All right, this comes from Time magazine, so we're going to put Time. All right, and then remember the publisher is found down at the bottom of the page, and it's going to be Time Inc. Okay, and then we need our date. So it was updated the 23rd, so we're going to put 23 May 2016. All right, then we need our URL. All right, then we're going to period. Okay, make sure you go back, remove your hyperlink. Now, accessed on, and then today's date for me is 26 October 2020, but it might be different for you. Okay, we're not finished. We highlight. Now some of your words, once you hang a citation, it remembers to do that and might continue to do that for you, but this one had me do it that way. All right, so there is that one. Now that's for if you're using the Time article. If you're using the Daily Mail, alrighty, we'll do that one. Okay, oops, wrong works cited there. All right, so this one goes above the Jim Gaffigan one, so we'll enter and then go back up. Here, this was done by the Daily Mail reporter. So Daily Mail reporter. Then we've got our title, which is kind of long. Okay, the Great Global Food Gap. Families around the world photographed with weekly shopping as they reveal cost. Oh, too many P's there. Okay, ranges from, okay, here we have the pound sign. So we need to insert a symbol. All right, and we're going to go to symbol. All right, mine's here. So you may have to go to more symbols and find it as well. So there's the pound sign, 3.2. 2, and then go back up, and it may remember it. There it is. 320. All right. Okay. So this came from the Daily Mail, so we italicize that. Now remember, the publisher down at the bottom is going to be the same, but we just don't italicize it. Daily Mail. And then our publication date updated right here. So that is 9 May 2013. And then we got the URL. Copy. Paste. Alrighty. Then we're gonna, there we go. Okay. We want to go back, move that hyperlink, and then accessed on 26 October 2020. Okay. Again, we're not done. Highlight and hang. There you go. So we got the Daily Mail, Jim Gaffigan, Mike Pollan, and then the Time article. Okay. So our next one is our Ghana article from the New York Times. All right. So here we have 2 authors. Okay. But we're going to list them the way, oh, poo. Oh. Well, I'm going to stop the video and restart this article so we can see it again. And then we'll finish up with our last couple of citations.